actually saying it, but okay. We've got our first driver transfers. I'm looking forward to this. Let's go, baby, let's go. Okay, so 24 drivers championship points. Okay, that's doable. Spa-Francorchamps. It's going to be an excellent weekend. I know it. Doom and gloomy weather, not the worst. Okay, let's see who went where. Okay, Kevin Magnussen is back in F1. He is signed to Renault, replacing Butler. That's juicy. Butler's moved to McLaren. Sainz has been let go. Oh, that's a little bit of a kick in the teeth to Carlos Sainz. He's been doing good this season. Oh man, Butler goes to McLaren. Okay, that's literally a summer break little hickey there. Damn. Okay, I think Renault let Butler go because he wasn't performing. That's my opinion. But Butler to McLaren. Let's see how Butler looks in the McLaren suit. He is actually my rival. So, how does this look? Ooh, that actually does not look bad at all. But now he's in a faster car, so yeah, he's gonna be a bigger problem. But I don't care. This is gonna be so juicy.
Hello guys, Turbocharged 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. And guys, I hope you enjoyed that live commentary that I just gave you guys. I recorded that after the summer break Grand Prix in Hungary. So yeah guys, we've got our first driver transfers. Butler to McLaren, Magnussen to Renault, and Sainz has been let go. That's a little bit bad for Carlos Sainz, but oh well, let's keep going with the season. Looking at the performance chart guys, Mercedes are still the car to beat with Ferrari at second, Red Bull in third. We have plateaued in fourth place with Racing Points in fifth. Sixth, seventh and eighth is a battle between Alfa Romeo Racing, McLaren and Renault, and then finally Williams has surpassed Toro Rosso to be not the slowest car on the grid. So this weekend here at Belgium is definitely going to be a very close weekend, especially in the midfield. From my team all the way down to Toro Rosso, I think it's going to be a very close race indeed. Now guys, heading into practice, I had a few big moments after the little summer break. I was a little bit rusty guys. I was a little bit of a while off the F1 game, so Eau Rouge got me a little bit there, and there's actually another spot of the track. Here's the replay of the Eau Rouge incident guys. Guys, there's a tip, don't go down to 7th gear because that is what happens. Luckily I kept the car out of the wall, but I did ruin my tires. But stuff is looking very interesting for this weekend guys. First of all guys, I want to apologize for the long video. You guys are going to the... Okay, that's a little bit of a hefty shunt from the Racing Point there. But guys, the reason this video is so long is this is my tribute video to Antoine Hubert, and I did a lot of effort with this. I drove very fiercely this race. I was going to make this race for Antoine. I'm dedicating this race to Antoine Hubert, and that's why the video is so long. So guys, please enjoy it with me. But before we talk about Antoine, let's head to qualifying.
It's qualifying time at Spa, one of the mightiest tracks on the Formula One calendar. Long straights, up and downhill, Eau Rouge as well. This track isn't for the faint-hearted. And I'm here, of course, with Anthony Davidson on what has turned out to be a very pleasant day indeed. No weather to interfere, no problems on the track, so absolutely no room for error.
That's right, Crofty. It's looking good out there at the moment. Each team will have their own game plan for this session, and of course, once the cars leave the garage, they'll be under parc fermé conditions, so any last-minute adjustments need to be done right here and now. Beyond that, it's all up to the driver. Who can keep their tyres in the right temperature? Who can hit their apexes? No race fuel on board these days, of course. These are the fastest cars we've had in a long time, and it's right here in qualifying where they're at their absolute peak. Let's get started.
So guys, not even in the pit box, jumping straight into the end of Q1 guys. We weren't going to have a big problem getting out of Q1. We are the top car in the midfield. So I think Q1 was not the worst thing in the world. I did have to go for 2 runs unfortunately, but it's not the end of the world. Like I said, the midfield is really closely bunched together, so it can be anybody who gets their cars into the well, let's say the top 15. But guys, while you guys watch qualifying on the screen, I quickly want to address something, and it's the elephant in the room. Guys, this is the weekend of, well, as of recording this commentary, it is the weekend of the Italian Grand Prix. 1 week after the very fatal crash of Antoine Hubert at this very circuit, Spa-Francorchamps, in the Formula 2 feature race last weekend. Now, guys, I wasn't a big fan of Antoine Hubert. Antoine was a rookie this year in F2, but he did catch my attention really quickly. I could see that Antoine was a star of the future, and
All set.
Antoine was he had a very unique driving style. He was really unorthodox, and when he got the control of a race, he really controlled it exceptionally well. So, as of me not being a big fan of Antoine just yet, I was an Antoine Hubert supporter. And for all of you motorsport enthusiasts out there, you can't call yourself a motorsport enthusiast if you didn't even feel a little bit of sadness and a little bit of pain after the news broke on Saturday morning that Antoine Hubert did lose his life. Now, guys, I'm not going to go into the crash of Antoine in detail. Yeah, guys, that's just quickly. I bottled my first run in Q2 with a worn set of soft tires that just destroyed them, just so you guys know what happened there. But guys, I'm not going to address the accident of Antoine. It was a very harsh and violent crash, and it's not something that I would recommend anybody to go watch. You can see as soon as the crash happened that there wasn't much chance for Antoine as well. But even though I wasn't a big supporter of Antoine, it hit me quite hard, guys. It just made me realize once again that all of us who call ourselves car enthusiasts, motorsport enthusiasts, we who are people that want to go as fast as possible for as long as possible, every time we step into a car, and I'm not talking about necessarily F1 drivers and everything, even us car enthusiasts that are not driving a motorsport, that get into our cars every day but still have a passion for motorsport and fast cars, every time we get into a car, it is still dangerous. And no matter back onto motorsport, no matter how many safety regulations there are, F1 drivers, any type of racing driver, every time they step into that car, they put their lives on the line. And Antoine Hubert lost his life last weekend at the age of 22. That's extremely young. And like I said, guys, it hit me like a train. As soon as the news broke, for some other reason, I didn't get the news on Saturday. I only found out about it Sunday morning, just before the F1 Grand Prix, when everybody had a moment of silence for Antoine. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am a very emotional guy. For those of you that watched the Belgium Grand Prix on lap 19, before I talk about the lap, number 19 was the number on Antoine's car. Number 19 was his number. And on lap 19 of the Belgium Grand Prix, the entire crowd around Spa-Francorchamps stood up out of the chairs and they clapped hands the entire lap in remembrance of Antoine Hubert. And guys, this race, I'm gonna push flat out. I'm gonna drive to the best of my abilities to try and make this something for Antoine. I don't think we're gonna win this weekend. I think that's a little bit far-fetched. We have to be realistic. But I'm gonna fight for a top 5 position. And this race, before the race even starts, this is for Antoine. And one thing I just quickly want to say, guys, for Antoine Hubert,
Standing by.
I hope he enjoys racing in heaven with Niki Lauda, with Charlie Whiting, with Ayrton Senna, with Jules Bianchi, who we lost a few years ago. All these iconic F1 drivers, and even some of them young F1 drivers, some big names in F1 that are up there with him. I hope you guys are enjoying the race in heaven, because just like Jules Bianchi, I nearly said Charles Leclerc, Antoine Hubert was taken too early. And I want you guys to go down below, hit the like button. Just as, even if you're not a motorsport enthusiast, it's sad at any time to hear a talented young man lose his life. So please, I'm urging you, go down below, leave a like on the video, not for me, but just to Antoine, even though he's not here anymore. Go down below and leave a like, for Antoine Hubert. But guys, going back to qualifying, it's our final lap in Q3, you guys. So we made it to Q3. We are pushing flat out, and you guys can see the Haas is looking fantastic this weekend. It is a car that is completely planted, and guys, I had so much confidence in my car. That's why I was pushing so much in practice and early in qualifying, and that's why I made mistakes, because I just had so much confidence in my car. I just wanted to go as fast as possible. So let's head through this final sector and see what we can do with this Haas car. Guys, this last part of the track is basically full throttle overtake on the ERS, max mix on the fuel. You guys can see I've only got half a lap of fuel left, and the max fuel mode is drinking the fuel, heading flat out through the third to last corner into the final chicane, the final two corners, lay it and as hard as possible onto the brakes. First gear, clip the curb on the inside. First gear once again to get the contact in second gear, third gear, and open up the throttle as you open up the DRS and go across the line. And we are in P!
All ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Vettel, Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
So guys, heading to the Belgium Grand Prix. We're doing this for Antoine. I want you guys to get on the hype train, because we're going to push flat out this entire race and see where we can place this Haas. So guys, let's head to the Belgium Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps.
Who doesn't love the Belgian Grand Prix? It's the race, of course, that gave maiden pole positions to the Jordan and Force India teams, with Rubens Barrichello and Giancarlo Fisichella respectively. Jordan, of course, would then go on to better that here in 1998 with their first ever victory. And you can guarantee that something special will always happen at Spa-Francorchamps. But what that something is today is anybody's guess. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high quality racing as well. Simply put it, there really is no place quite like Spa. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson, and you join us as we discuss the recent changes to the driver lineup.
Well, I think this came as something of a surprise to most of us, but it could end up being a bit of a coup for the team. Getting a driver with experience higher up in the field might just be the boost they need, and I'm sure they'll be a big asset as the team continues to develop their car.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Lucas Faber, O'Connor, Hamilton, Gasly, Perez and Kimi Raikkonen, Magnussen, Grosjean, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Butler, Giovinazzi, George Russell and Alexander Albon, Kvyat and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, watch out at the race start. There will be faster cars trying to get past. See if you can hold them off.
Guys, not much to say except an easy one-stop race strategy for myself. Soft to hard. We might, if there's a safety car, go on to the two-stop. But all that's left to do now, guys, is jam with me for Antoine. I hope you guys are ready for the Belgium Grand Prix as we head to our 5 red lights. You guys can see I'm doing this for Antoine. Let's see where we can place this horse today. If we can get it into the top 5. Go, go, go for the Belgium Grand Prix. It is the 2 championship rivals, Sebastian Vettel and Valtteri Bottas on the front row. Vettel cuts across to stop Valtteri from trying any lunges around the outside. It's Valtteri right behind Sebastian Vettel as we go down the hill, going up through Eau Rouge for the very first time. And let's see if this Mercedes has got the legs to catch the Ferrari without DRS just yet. The 2 leading cars have bolted away already from the rest of the pack. It is behind them, it is Charles Leclerc and the Red Bull of Max Verstappen battling away with myself and a Racing Point, but we'll jump back to that in a second. Valtteri Bottas is going to try and move around the outside. Vettel defends the inside, but Valtteri decides against it as Vettel parks his car on the apex. So for now it is Sebastian Vettel leading the way from Valtteri Bottas, and who is in 3rd place? That looks like me, guys. That looks like a horse in the background. We'll see as we jump back to the start of the Grand Prix for my start in just a moment's time. There we go, guys, onto my POV for my start. It is myself and Lucas Weber on the same row, guys. Lucas gets a very good pull away. I actually also get a fantastic launch off of the line for once. And we're trying to go around the outside of the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, but to no avail. We get the drive away from Lucas Weber as we go out of the first corner, and now we're heading down the hill right behind Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen. We choose our line through Eau Rouge to go behind Max and then back to behind Charles Leclerc, not Sebastian Vettel, guys. It's behind Charles Leclerc. As we head here down the straight, guys, you guys know our engine is very strong at this stage of the season. We've done a lot of engine upgrades. It's 3-1. We jolt to the right-hand side. It's 3-1 heading into the chicane after the straight. It's a little bit of a squeeze between myself and Charles Leclerc, and we get the move done with a slight bit of contact from Charles' side there, but nothing too major, guys. We've got the horse onto the podium. I don't think we're going to be able to keep this podium from Charles Leclerc, maybe from the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, but to get a podium today, it's going to have to go all our way the entire race. And you guys know the Ferraris and the Mercedes are leaps and bounds ahead of my car. I am the Red Bull. I can still challenge at certain parts of the track, but as soon as Sector 2 commences, the Red Bull is just so OP against my car. But in any case, guys, you guys can see Charles Leclerc is all around the rear end of my car. He's got to try and get something done here. You guys can see he's still looking around, I run wide through the basically the second last chicane off the track, heading through these final 2 corners before we go onto this flat out section of the track. And now Charles Leclerc, guys, I don't think there's anything I can do. That Ferrari is so strong in a straight line. I've also got a Ferrari power unit in the back of my car, but Charles has got the slipstream. He's around the outside. We give him a little bit of a squeeze going through the flat out. Ooh, left-hander, but still we also gave him a room as well. Oh, there's a bunch of front wing flying there, guys. I don't know if you guys saw the pieces of carbon fiber there. Oh, massive kick of oversteer as we come out of the bus stop chicane, heading over the line. We go all the way to the outside of the track, and now Charles is still right behind us, guys. I don't believe I'm gonna be able to hold Charles Leclerc behind me for much longer. He's pressuring me like there is no tomorrow. But now we go back to the leaders, Sebastian Vettel and Valtteri Bottas, as they fight away as hard as they possibly can, guys. And now it is Valtteri right behind Sebastian. You guys know the Mercedes at this stage of the season has got a better engine. Valtteri goes for it. He's on the outside, but once again decides against it. And back to the battle with myself and Charles. Where are we? Okay, we actually jump forward to the end of lap 2, guys. And once again, guys, Charles is trying around the outside. Oh, is this actually back to lap 1? It looks like we're back to lap 1. Oh, guys, this is the breaking of the front rings. Lucas Weber and somebody else broke their front ring. It was Lewis Hamilton. Guys, Lewis Hamilton's season is going from bad to worse. He is still not getting what he's supposed to get. So it's Lucas Weber and Lewis Hamilton running still with damaged cars. So they are not going to be as fast as we want them, guys. Now we're jumping back to the POV of myself and Charles Leclerc to see what Charles did on the straight, guys. You guys saw that Valtteri couldn't get something on Vettel, and I think Charles wants to catch up to them so he can actually try and mount a fight. Charles Leclerc is actually on a different strategy than his teammate Sebastian Vettel. So let's see what Charles Leclerc can actually do in this Grand Prix. The guys see he's gaining, but to no avail. Right behind us, there is actually the Racing Point of Lucas Weber, who has passed the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, and even Lewis Hamilton is trying a move. But with that damaged front wing, he just doesn't have the front end grip of the Red Bull, who is already a very good car in the corners due to its fantastic chassis and exceptional aerodynamics. Guys, heading through the second sector, you guys can see the Ferrari is already on the rear end of this horse. We are lacking in the chassis department, and this second sector is a chassis and aero sector. Vettel Leclerc goes around the outside, guys. We jump back now to Sebastian Vettel and Valtteri Bottas, as Bottas is going to try to mount a move, heading into the final 2 corners, the bus stop chicane. You guys can see Valtteri is gaining. He's good. I think they're going to be side by side heading into the corner. Valtteri is going to the outside, but Vettel blocks him, or Valtteri dummies to the inside. And now they are side by side heading through the final chicane. It is still Vettel ahead, but for how long? This is the start of lap 3, so DRS will be activated as this lap commences. And now it's Valtteri on the inside of the first corner. Is Valtteri going to get the move done? Around the outside, Vettel tries to get the drive, but it's a Mercedes-Ferrari drag race all the way down to Eau Rouge. Let's see who's going to get the move done. Ferrari and Mercedes side by side. Vettel has got the move into Eau Rouge, but now Valtteri is so close, and he's going to have DRS. So Valtteri, I think he's going to make this an easy, very easy move. The car is flying side by side as we head down the back straight and into the chicane. Valtteri just outbreaks Sebastian. There's a little bit of a lift of the hand for a little bit of contact, but Valtteri Bottas takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. What a move from Valtteri, guys. Guys, heading on to lap 4, the sun has finally shown its face through the clouds, and now Vettel is trying to do the same thing to Valtteri that Valtteri did to him and pass him here on the back straight. There goes Sebastian Vettel, and I think he's got the move done even before we get to the chicane. He does, and it's once again Sebastian Vettel in the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. Guys, now it's myself fighting away with Max Verstappen after Charles Leclerc has made the move stick on myself. So now Max Verstappen is chasing after me. We actually got away from the rest of the grid because Hamilton and Lucas Weber was holding up the rest of the pack. So myself, Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen broke away, but Charles Leclerc is really quickly starting to run away from me. But guys, I didn't see the point in battling Max Verstappen for a position in which I was obviously going to lose it later on in the race. I just wanted to have a good race, and I was in P5. P5 is the bare minimum I'm taking for this race and for Antoine. Guys, heading on further on into the race, once again Valtteri and Vettel are battling away. These two are not letting go of one another, and they are still fighting hammer and tong for this race lead. Oh, Valtteri is around the outside of Sebastian Vettel, and as you guys see, I actually had the pace to stick with the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, and I re-overtook the Red Bull heading down the straight. So guys, I think with me and the Red Bull dragging each other along in the slipstream, we might even get further away from the cars behind us, which is what I need to just run a clean and good race. You guys know Spa is the largest track on the F1 calendar, so it's only a 22 lap race, not as long, well, not as many laps as you guys would expect from other races. So the race really, it runs to an end really quickly. As you guys see, I let Max pass again. Guys, I was just using Max for his to gain DRS, to actually to utilize my car where it was the strongest, and that was in the speed sections of the track, sector 1 and sector 3. So in sector 3, I would let Max pass, and then sector 1, where the most top end is gained, where my car is strong, I would overtake Max again and use the DRS just to my advantage, because I knew if Max was ahead of me in sector 2, he would just completely bolt away, even though I actually stayed with him when he overtook me on the 4th lap. So yeah. You guys can see Vettel and Valtteri are still battling away. Once again, I just overtake Max Verstappen as we head into sector 2, and now I just hold Max up a bit until we get here to sector 3, where Max is going to pass me once again. Guys, I'm not fighting too hard actually at this stage. I understand Max has got the faster car overall, but in sector 1, my car is definitely faster than his. And you guys can see here, actually, he was actually not coming for me as vigorously as usual, so he didn't overtake me. So as you guys see, I just brake very early, let Max pass around the outside, and that is an easy move for Max. But now, once again, I'm going to have the slipstream, not DRS on the main straight, which you see here, but I'm going to have slipstream all the way down through Eau Rouge and onto the main back straight. We are going to have DRS and once again just pass that Red Bull. And I think at this stage I was a very big irritation for Max. And as you guys see, Lewis Hamilton and Lucas Weber in the background are still holding up the rest of the pack. So me and Max are we're just playing a little friendly game of tug of war, and at this stage I think I'm irritating him more, and I'm winning the game of tug of war. You guys see in a straight line, my car is just so OP against the Red Bull. For the Ferrari engine in the back of my car is a little bit more powerful than the Honda motor in the back of the Red Bull. But this was actually fun. I was basically playing with Max Verstappen in a car that's not supposed to run with him. So this was actually quite fun and good for the Haas. You guys see, this is the end of lap 7, the start of lap 8, as we dive our car into the pit lane to actually just get these soft tires off and go onto the hard tires to run to the end of the Grand Prix. Our chassis is not yet good enough to strap on the mediums to go to the end. The hards are the way to go, guys. I would have crashed the mediums, say with 5 laps to go. I would have had none grip on them. So the hards, oh, sorry. That's a little bit of a yawn from my side, guys, so I am sorry. But the hards were just the safer way to go. As you guys see there in the background, there's an Alfa Romeo retiring. I think it is Kimi Raikkonen who has retired from the Belgian Grand Prix. That is actually a little bit sad, but it's not the end of the world, guys. Hey guys, coming out of the pit lane, I was on cold started on the back foot, and the 2 bloody Toro Rossos, look at this! Coming from behind. I've got no slipstream ahead of me and they are coming for me very quickly. I just have to block them off and be electric to the brakes heading into the chicane. But that was really not...
Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Yeah. I know I'm using a lot of fuel. Just let me be. But that was just a very weird moment there. As you guys see, I passed Lucas Weber, who has not gone for his pit stop yet, but is falling back very quickly now. That was a very easy move, as I am now behind the Williams, I think, of Robert Kubica, if I'm not mistaken. It's either Kubica or Russell. Going to the inside of the very fast sweeping left-hander, and now heading into the final bus stop chicane. Guys, going on to the end of lap 8. This is our race leader, Sebastian Vettel, with Valtteri Bottas still right underneath his gearbox. They are both coming into the pit lane to strap on their set of mediums. Their chassis are good enough to run on the mediums till the end of the Grand Prix. So these 2 guys are going to have a very easy race till the end, except for battling one another. And if I yawn one more time, you guys are actually allowed to dislike the video. But in any case, also Max Verstappen got to the pit lane, guys, the guy I was battling. But guys, I think after I let him go, I just opened up the door too much, and I know that in lap of Max was fast. I checked on the race director, his lap was fast. There's my teammate, there's Butler, and there we go, guys. We will jump onto my POV, but I think Max has got me, guys. Heading into this very, very nice first corner. You guys see there, Max comes out of the pit lane, and he has made the jump on us. And I think now Max is finally going to start to get away from us. But Max is only going to be in a very lonely P4, because he's not got the pace to challenge Charles Leclerc for P3, and Charles, who is now actually in P1, still on his mediums, is going to put on soft tyres later on this race, and he's going to be a bullet come the end of the Grand Prix. So keep an eye on Charles Leclerc come the end of this race, guys. And then, oh, guys, I misjudged my braking very badly there. I have to take to the runoff area to actually stop my car from running, well, just corner cutting basically. You guys see, I'm just way too out into the brakes, trying to go make a dive on the Williams. I was a little bit too opportunistic, well no, too optimistic, and I misjudged my braking a bit there, so that's a mistake from my side. We have to wait a full lap before we get the chance to actually go after the Williams once again, which is no longer the worst car on the grid. But we open up DRS, and on the back straight, you guys can see Max Verstappen has already pulled out way more than a second, and we are past the Williams, and now just trying to drive our race all the way to the end and be as consistent as possible. The hard tyres here at Spa-Francorchamps are actually quite consistent compared to other tracks, so I was enjoying myself quite a lot, I'm not going to lie. Guys, but I'm running through the top 10. It's Charles Leclerc leading the way, from Valtteri Bottas in second, for Sebastian Vettel in third, but remember Charles has still got to go for his pit stop. In fourth place, I think it is actually Lewis Hamilton. Yes, it is, guys. We're still with his broken front wing. He's having not a lot of pace at this stage, but Lewis is still in P4. Also, still has to go for a pit. Max Verstappen is in P5, who will eventually inherit P4. It is myself in P6 at this stage, with Pierre Gasly in P7. P8 is Sergio Perez. P9 is Kevin Magnussen, and P10 is the second rider of Daniel Ricciardo. So that's a run through the top 10 after the soft tyre starters wait for their pit stops. And guys, now I'm under pressure from the second Red Bull of Pierre Gasly. Guys, it is now heading to the end of the Grand Prix, and I'm going to fight with Pierre Gasly until I'm blue in my face, because I am not accepting anything less than P5 in this Grand Prix. So you guys see Gasly, I let him go around the, just like with Max, around the outside in sector 3, and now in sector 1. I'm going to have DRS and the slipstream, and it's going to be an easy re-overtake actually again. So you guys see, we jump onto my POV, heading into T1, just take a smooth line to get a very good exit out of the corner, second gear, planted down the hill, and now we've got Pierre Gasly in our sights. Oh, that's a little bit of a ding to the wall. That was a little bit stupid from my side. Bouncing the car, well not bouncing the car, but running over the curb. up through Eau Rouge, and now DRS, the rear wing opens up, and this is going to be a very easy move in front of Pierre Gasly once again, guys. So I'm just going to play with Pierre Gasly and see how long I can keep that Red Bull behind me, because P5 is well, it has to happen, guys. It has to happen. And I just yawned again, so if you want to dislike the video, please do, because I've just yawned for the third time, and I do not know why, because I had a brilliant sleep, a brilliant night's rest behind me, and I'm still yawning. I think it's a lazy yawn. But in any case, guys, back to the race. Guys, actually, before I go back to the race, I just quickly wanna mention something to you guys, which I'm going to do, and it's going to be actually very cringy. But guys, for come the end of the race, I'm going to read you guys a poem that I wrote actually for Antoine Hubert. And guys, like I said, it's very cringy. I just wrote it off the top of my head. It was a big, I want to say, washing machine of emotions in my head. The emotions just kept spooling and kept spooling, and I just wanted to write a poem, a small poem, to get it out of my system, and just to have something to remember Antoine Hubert by. So I'm definitely going to read you guys the poem when we get to that state of of the race. I'm gonna read it at a certain point, but I just want you guys to please just take it in, and even though it's very cringy, just enjoy it. It's not a long poem, so just like I said, try and enjoy it. But guys, on to the end of lap 14, you guys can see right behind me is still Pierre Gasly, and now the racing point of Sergio Perez is catching up at a rate of knots, and now it is still me and Gasly fighting away. But now with Perez being in the fight in this battle, it changes the complexity of this battle completely, because I don't only have one car to worry about, I've got two cars to worry about. So I'm going to have to work very smart to defend this P5, because at this stage, you guys saw Charles Leclerc come into the pit, and also Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton is behind us, chasing us down on soft tyres, so he's going to join this fight very soon. So at this stage, it's Sebastian Vettel or Bottas. Those are P1 and P2. It's Vettel and Bottas leading the way from Charles Leclerc in P3, who is trying to chase them down before the end of this Grand Prix. Then it's Max Verstappen in P4, and then this is the battle for P5. Myself, Pierre Gasly, Sergio Perez, and eventually this man, Lewis Hamilton, who has caught up to us, who has now made this a four-team constructors fight. It is Rich Energy Haas Racing versus Racing Point versus Mercedes AMG Petronas Racing versus Aston Martin Red Bull Racing Honda. So guys, there's a lot of stuff happening here, and now Hamilton has gotten himself past Pierre Gasly, and also eventually he actually passed Sergio in the middle sector, which to me was a little bit of a ballsy move, but I unfortunately didn't get the recording of that, so sorry about that. But now it's Lewis Hamilton battling away with me, and now we are side by side heading to that very fast left-hander, heading into the final bus stop chicane, guys. Now I have to defend like I usually would defend, not just letting them pass, because if Hamilton gets past me with that the most superior car on the grid, the Mercedes, it's over. It is over. So I have to drive extremely smart and extremely... no, let me put it this way. I have to drive smart and with my wits about me, because if even the racing point, you guys know how strong this car is in a straight line. You guys know it's very fast. And guys, you guys say, oh, that's a little bit of a big one going through Eau Rouge, guys, and that has opened the door for Sergio Perez to try something on me. I don't know how this car's chassis is good enough for medium size, well, his car's chassis, but oh my word, into the chicane. Oh, we are still side by side. Perez is still alongside me. But that has been the move done, guys. And guys, while you guys sit back and enjoy this battle, I'm quickly going to read you guys the poem that I wrote in memory of Antoine Hubert. And once again, excuse the cringe, but please enjoy the poem as well. And this is the poem, guys. For Antoine, furious, fast Frenchman, 22 years young, a quick rising young gun, full of potential, but taken from us just way too soon. Formula 3, a dominant champion. Formula 2 rookie, double race winner. Formula 1, strong on your way. A proud Frenchman, many are friends and loved family. Fast and furious wherever you drove. Monaco and Le Castellet, both very French, not like French fries, yet like you and your passion. Spa-Francorchamps stole from us. It hit us like a bus. Antoine Hubert, a racing driver, full of flair. Crying and weeping in despair, all motorsport enthusiasts are aware. Antoine is gone. You would have won many, many races and championships, yet now we mourn. Spa will never be the same. To all your fame, we say goodbye. Have fun up there with Jules, Nicky, Ayrton, Charlie and James. Racing in heaven, please take it to 11. For Antoine, hashtag number 19, taken too soon. Guys, that's the poem that I wrote for Antoine Hubert, and like I said, I understand it's cringy, but I just had to do something to get it off of my chest and just to do something for Antoine, except the video. And that poem I'm actually going to write down and keep in a journal of my own, because I feel it's needed, and actually writing poems and short stories is sometimes the way I deal with problems in my life. But yeah, guys, away from the sadness, let's do this for Antoine. We've got 1 1/4 lap to go, and it is us battling away with Lewis Hamilton. 2 compounds of tire difference, red versus white, soft versus hard, and it is now us against him and Perez. But as you guys see, Lewis has got the move done, and then he got to the final lap. What I didn't want to happen has happened. Lewis has got the lead, and now we have to make sure we get the most brilliant possible exit through this first corner. But guys, we quickly have to jump to the leaders, guys. They have so far away. You guys can see Charles Leclerc has caught up just too late to these guys, and if this was 2 more laps, Charles Leclerc would have been with these guys. But guys, it's Vettel v Valtteri Bottas, Ferrari v Mercedes drag race down the back straight, heading into the chicane. Will it be Sebastian Vettel or Valtteri Bottas for the last lap of the Grand Prix? Valtteri and Vettel side by side. Vettel is fighting furiously, and through the next corner, Vettel defeats P1, and now Charles Leclerc is chasing as hard as he possibly can. You guys, we jump back to our POV where we are battling with Lewis Hamilton. Not the best exit out of that corner. We had a lot of wheel spin coming out of the corner, and now you guys can see Lewis in the car with the best engine at this stage of the season. The Mercedes is bolting away, but I am not going to give up. This is for Antoine Hubert. Let's go, baby. Open up that rear wing Rich Energy Haas racing car, and let's go catch this bloody silver arrow, and let's make a move. We are gaining. It's a very late lunge onto the brakes. Lewis locks up his front wheels. Yes, we have got P5 back, but now we have to defend from Sergio Perez. Guys, through the final part of the race, it is still Vettel leading the way from Bottas. Bottas tries a move, but just like lap 1, Vettel parks the car on the apex, and Charles Leclerc has caught up just too late. Sebastian Vettel has won the Belgium Grand Prix with Valtteri Bottas in second and Charles Leclerc in third. But guys, where is this final battle? You guys can see I used a very special transition there. The rain has started to come down. It's going crazy here at Spa. It is Hamilton trying to get past Sergio Perez, who is trying to get past me, but it looks like Hamilton is putting more pressure on Sergio to get past him. It is very close heading into the final quarter, but guys, we've done it. I think we've sealed it. This is for Antoine. P5 at Spa-Francorchamps. Let's go, baby!
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
So, let's review the drivers' standings. Not the result our points leader wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
No doubt in my mind, I have to give it to Robert Kubica. Everyone else needs to be taking notes, because that was an absolutely textbook performance from him.
Let's move on to the constructors. Ferrari continued to extend the gap at the top of the table. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
How did you feel when you saw your old rival from F2 have to withdraw from today's race? Do you think it was a smart move by his new team to sign up your old F2 rival? Would you say that your rival is still on your level? It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it? Appreciate your time.
Guys, what a race for Antoine. Guys, what a Belgium Grand Prix. Fighting from the green light till the checkered flag. Wow, wow, wow. Guys, even though Spa-Francorchamps will never be the same again, especially for me, who is fond of Spa-Francorchamps, after Antoine's death, I've got a little bit of a bitter taste about Spa in my mouth, but that doesn't mean I hate the circuit. It's just, it's going to be hard to race there in the future, but still, what a Grand Prix.
Excellent result today. Finishes like that will look good on your contract reviews. On to the next one.
Yes, Emma, on to the next one. Guys, that has been this episode. Please drop a like down below for Antoine Hubert. Leave a like, hit the subscribe, don't forget to ding the bell, and I'll see y'all for the very next episode. Cheers!